So I'm here at Savers in South Reno, and I've dug through all of these records, but there's one more stack that I want to check out, and it looks pretty promising. I'm going to check out this Cruel Sister. I have a copy. Cliff Richard. It's in the shrink. Love Jesse Colin Young. Believe it or not, that's a really good Robert Goulet live, early. And No Show Jones. Let's see what's on here. Billy Joe Royal. Judy Collins in the shrink. I love Burt Bacharach and Hal David, but the Wilders, I don't know if that would be any good. And I know that Scotch and Soda and Tom Dooley is on this Kingston trio. And there's Juice Newton. Al Stewart. Oh, Tony. Look at this. I'm going to check this vinyl out. Oh, St. Elmo's Fire. Paul Robeson. Don Williams. Now, he was in the Pozo Seco Singers. Look at this Fever Tree. I have this. This has got to be beat up. I'll check. And Chet Atkins, Teensville. So there wasn't much here at Savers. I'm going to move on to the next thrift store. So I had a few hours to kill, went out thrifting, digging for records. And there at Savers, I didn't find anything. All those records weren't in very good shape, and I had most of them. So let's move on and come with me. Let's see what we can find. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been out digging for records, and this is one of my favorite charities, SPCA Thrift Store, South Reno. We'll have a look inside, and hopefully there's some good records in here. So I didn't film inside SPCA Thrift Store. I was too busy wheeling and dealing at the counter for these 45s. There are 5 of them. They were $5 a piece, and I got them down to $2 a piece because they were in the case for a while. So here's a parody on A Day in the Life, Sgt. Pepper's, The Beatles, and to the tune of Green Acres on Asinine Records. And this is really pretty good. And this group is called Damascus and Barnes & Barnes. This is from about 1979. And secondly, this 7-inch 45 by the New Beams, they're out of Costa Mesa, California, Fullerton area. And, alternative, punk, new wave, right around 1981 or so. Really fun stuff. Cool jacket. There's the New Beams. And custom label here. Now I'm going to spin the B-side a little bit. It's a cover of boots. These boots are made for walking. So let's check this out. And next up, I have the Weasels. I mean, they're a in-your-face punk rock band. This is from about 1978, Los Angeles, California. The Weasels, Beat Her with a Rake. And on the B-side is I'm a Commander. And, all of these are a little bit like the Dickies, good humor. Let's see here. Here is the label for Beat Her with a Rake. And this is on Siamese Records. And the fourth single, and again, all these broke down to $2 a piece. Robert Gordon. He was, where is he? From Bethesda, Maryland. And, you know, rockabilly revivalist. And he really croons on It's Only Make Believe. And the B-side is Rock Billy Boogie. And he does exactly that. He rocks out on that tune. And here it is on the RCA for Robert Gordon. So the last one, this is the Mortar Toto Maskilde. This is Submission. And on the B-side is a Ballad of a Thin Man, the Dylan cover. And these guys are avant-garde, avant-punk, avant-rock, you might say. So those are really fun to have. I mean, I enjoy garage, alternative, punk rock, a lot of different music. I mean, I love mainstream music too. Why do they call it mainstream? Why is it in the mainstream? Because it's good. So I just enjoy just about everything. So if you're ever in Reno, SPCA, one of my favorite thrift stores, and yeah, they were 5 for $10. And a couple of those are a little pricey, actually, looking up on Discogs. So next, I did go to Recycled Records in Reno, Nevada. It's been around since 1978 because I was close by. I wanted to pop in to see Kyle and Eric, and I'll show you that. And then one last thrift store, I went to Salvation Army, and I did pretty good. So I'll be showing you those records right after this. Okay, I'm at Recycled Records. I had to dive in. I wanted to see if I can fill a few holes, and I did. A Savoy Brown album I've been looking for a very long time, Lion's Share. That has the great Dave Walker that sang on Street Corner Talking. I'm going to pick this up. And this is their, what we call fresh vinyl section. And there's a Super Saver on a John Barleycorn Must Die. Booker T. You know what? I don't know. I have very little Booker T. It's $5. I have to do that. There's a James on a 12-inch. Jerry Rafferty. John Shaft. Pantamos is good. Poco. The Boss, such a great album, right? What's about my favorite Elvis lately? So now I walked into Salvation Army, and the records are really cheap here. Actually, for me, they're 89 cents. And we've got Hag here. This looks pretty good. Let's see. Brooke Benton, I might check that one out. And Billy Preston. Huh, I'll check this out. So I am going to get two. Let's see. So you gotta love the Dionne Warwick. This is Golden Hits Part 2. You know, Burt Bacharach, Hal David tunes. I Say a Little Prayer, Message to Michael, What the World Needs Now, Trains, Boats, and Planes, and then, you know, Dropkick Murphys do it so well. But I'm gonna go home and listen to some MTA, the best of the Kingston Trio. And then look what I found right under here. General Public Hand to Mouth. I'll check that out. Make sure the vinyl's good. So I'm really glad I stopped into Recycled Records. I found a few records that were definite holes in my collection. Believe it or not, I know I have a lot of records, but a lot of us do. I'm not alone there. But there was Legion Leaf, guys. Look at this. This is a UK press, and all they wanted was $12. This is sealed. This is sealed. UK press. You know, Sandy Denny's on this one. This is just wonderful to have. This is on Island. And, yeah, made in the UK. And I can't wait. You know, I want on Halfbricking as well on vinyl. I'll just have to wait on that one. You know, I'm extensive for Fairport on CD. And, you know, I have on vinyl Sandy Denny. I have Richard Thompson records, John Renborn. But I don't have on Halfbricking, I don't have the debut on vinyl. But I'll just take it easy because I do have a lot of Fairport Convention. I really enjoy the band. And next, this is something, I love Savoy Brown. And this is, in my opinion, Lion's Share from 1972 with Dave Walker. Of course, he sang on Hellbound Train, and right before that, the great Street Corner Talking. My favorite vocalist for Savoy Brown is Chris Yolden. I mean, absolutely. Dave Walker, secondly. And listen, Lonesome Dave Peverett. I mean, I love his vocals too, but I really am big on Dave Walker. You know, I grew up with Street Corner Talking, and this is that great, this is a U.S. press on Parrot, and this sounds really good. Shot in the Head is a great tune. And again, in my opinion, here's the songs here. The last great Savoy Brown album. So speaking of Savoy Brown, I really like Foghat a lot. And Stone Blue, this was all of $4. Actually, these records averaged to $30 for 6 of them, so $6 a piece. I have a copy of this sealed. So I'll take this one and just hang on to the sealed. So I play this. It plays dead quiet, really nice. And Sweet Home Chicago's on here. And It Hurts Me Too is good. This is a good Foghat album. And then Night Shift is nice to have. I did not have this. And I just like compiling Foghat. I mean, they just don't mess around. Just boogie, blues, rock. They don't change the system or nothing. It's just great. So Foghat. And then I have very little Booker T and the MGs on vinyl. This was all of $5. It plays great. I've just listened to all of these records, by the way. So it's interesting. The very last store that I go to, I often do the very, very best. And that was Salvation Army. Now, a couple weeks ago, there were 3 records that I got. These records that I'm going to show are all 89 cents. They were $1. I get a little 10% off. And these records blew my mind that they were there. First of all, The People Who Grin Themselves to Death. That's the House Martins from 1987. Yes, this was there. I couldn't believe it. This is just a great find. And all of these records, I will say that they play dead quiet. All these records I'm going to show, the wax is near mint on the vinyl, and the jackets, there's just no ring wear. And another album from 1987, that's 10 Women. They're out of San Francisco, California. That's Wire Train. And this is a good record. There's another title of theirs. I can't think of it, but I know it's probably a little better than this one. I'd love to have this because I did enjoy listening to this. And next, this was really cool. Along with the House Martins, this is Wooden Foot Cops on the Highway. This is the Wooden Tops, right? There's one other good Wooden Tops out there, and I'd love to find that one eventually. So this was just great to find. 89 cents, right? And then old records, I just love. And like I said, I spun this. I listened to MTA, the Kingston Trio. This is on the Capitol Starline. And this just played just dead quiet. And I do like the Kingston Trio from time to time. I really like A Worried Man, Tom Dooley. What else do I like? Scotch and Soda. Where have all the flowers gone? And you know what? I'm just going to take the shrink off because look at this, how nice that cover is now. And the wax is just really nice. So simple pleasures, cheap heat, and I like the Kingston Trio. And next, a 60s artist that I just love. She showcased all the Burt Baccarat, Hal David songs so well. Dionne Warwick, and this is on Skepta Records. And this played wonderfully too, and the sonics are great. I have one other Dionne Warwick that I'll show you in just a second. And Skepta is a pretty cool label. There we go, on Skepta Records. And this Dionne Warwick album was surprising. It's a K-Tel. And when I got home, I see that it's a UK press K-Tel. And this sounds really, really good. Usually you think of K-Tel records that don't sound very good. This is just the opposite. This is just fantastic. It opens with Walk On By, Do You Know the Way to San Jose, I'll Say a Little Prayer, You'll Never Get to Heaven, Alfie's on here, Message to Michael. This is a good record. And the singer of Rainy Night in Georgia, Brooke Benton, this is on Pickwick. This is a good soul funk album. This is smooth. It makes me think of Jerry Butler, O.C. Smith, singers like that. The great Brooke Benton. This, I'm really glad I got this one. 89 cents. And last one, it's funny, I can't find my copy of Hand to Mouth. And I really like General Public. Here's General Public. You know, Rankin Roger, Dave Wakeling were the founders of this band. This is on IRS. And this is just really nice to have. And I'll just show you that nice IRS label. And here's the inner. And thanks for coming along with me. 2024 was such a good year that I actually, the last few weeks, I didn't hit the bricks because I just have a lot of records. But it was I was itching to get out there, and I did. And there's the IRS. And guys, I'll see you on the very next video. Thank you.